What's going on, guys? It is Tyler, T-Square Fitness, and today I am getting ready to do my workout. It is 12:45, and there's been a lot of stuff going on here recently. I don't think I've made a video since before all the coronavirus stuff started. So this is gonna be the first video about that. It's been very crazy and hectic, and honestly, really stressful. So, like I said, this series is going to be about talking about the good and the bad and the ups and downs of owning a gym, being a gym owner, and all that fun stuff. This is one of those times where it can be good, bad, ugly, all at the same time. So, been dealing with a lot of the challenges of the business side of it, make sure everything's still running. But the main thing that I've experienced during all of this stuff and having to work and figure this out is up here. This has been the hardest part of this whole coronavirus thing for me, is the mental side of, like, the mental toll that it has taken on me. There's a lot of emotions and feelings and stuff like that from being stuck at home, even though I'm at the gym right now, which I'm very thankful for. One of the best parts about the coronavirus and owning a gym is that you still get to use your own gym. But other than that, not a whole lot of good stuff comes out of it. But being stuck and not being able to just go out and do the normal things that we really, now we all know, are taking for granted, has put in a lot of mental pressure on me, for sure, especially with the business side of it, and just trying to make sure that everybody is happy and we're giving everybody everything that we can and we're putting out the best service that we can. It's very challenging. So for the past few days, it's gotten a lot better. I had to make myself get back into kind of a routine, because I'd kind of just like gotten on the bandwagon of, well, I'm gonna just take this as an opportunity to do nothing or just hang out around the house all day and play video games, because I love to play video games. But after literally too much of a good thing is not a good thing anymore. So sitting at the house for 3 days, literally, there was one day I played video games, not even gonna lie, I'll tell you the truth. Played video games 14 hours. One day. Whoo, man. Yeah, so after that day, the very next day, I was like, probably don't need to do that again. So I sat down and had to force myself to get back into kind of a routine. And not even gonna lie, it's still fresh. The routine is very fresh. That 14-hour binge of video games was very recent. So, but getting back into the swing of things, and it's been good, but it's very stressful. And I feel like the reason why I kind of let that happen is because I was so focused. Whenever everything first started happening, and we were like, okay, we have to shut down the gym. Like, legally, the gym cannot be open. Whenever that first happened, up here, there was so much stuff going on, and we basically had to make new business systems and new business functions and kind of like a new business model literally over a weekend, because they announced it on Friday. Saturday and Sunday are days that we don't train here at the gym. So those are the days that we normally just do the schedule and make sure everybody's set up for that. And then we train on Monday. We had to set up an entire new system of, okay, well, since we can't train them at the gym, we have to be able to train people somehow. So we had to set up online training and video setting, like video training and all of that stuff, and did that over 2 days. After that, I was just like, and there was still little problems going on the whole time that I was doing that. And I thought that it was working good, and it worked great, and then there was issues that kept popping up, and it was just like, you know what? It's working okay how it is. I don't want to deal with it anymore because it's giving me a massive headache. So I'm pretty sure that that's the reason I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this time to do nothing. So, but gone through that, and I've realized that it's the only way to grow through this is to, once you hit that mental barrier, that mental wall, which I hit probably the first week into the coronavirus, it was like, oh my gosh, this is so stressful. After hitting that, the only way to get stronger is to keep going. So took my time off, did that, it's over with. And we're back into the swing of things. I'm back kind of on a normal routine. Even if I don't have something on my schedule, I fill it up. Because, quote from Grant Cardone, if there is empty space on your schedule, the devil will use it. If there's empty space on your schedule, the devil will use it. Meaning you will find something to do on your free time. And most likely it's not going to be productive. Okay? You'll do something that's literally just draining your time and just pulling away at your mental, and literally just you're doing mindless, nothingless work that has no benefit to you or to anyone around you. And what's the point of doing that? Okay? So I'm glad that I'm back into my routine and I'm able to, literally my schedule is full of things to do. I wrote out a list. So here's what I did, and this is really what I want to talk about in the video, is getting back on track. Getting back, even when like you're out of work right now and you don't have work to do, we need to have something to do, and we need to have something productive to do, okay? Because if we don't have something productive to do, we're gonna do stuff that's unproductive, that is just mindless, and there's no point in doing it, okay? So what I did was I sat down with my girlfriend, because we did this together, because I was like, look, both of us are staying at home doing nothing, playing video games. She got Animal Crossing, which seems like a lot of fun, and she's playing that. But I was like, look, we sat down and played for a whole day. That should be enough. Like, we need to figure out something to do. It's very stressful on both of us, you know? She's out of a job being a hairstylist, can't go in and do hair. So, I mean, like, what else is there to do? So, all that being said, here's what I did, and I'm not going to say this is awesome and this is what works. Here's what I had to do for myself to kind of help me mentally refocus and get back on track and just kind of lift some of the pressure and the weight off of my shoulders of like, I don't really know what I need to be doing. Here's what I did. I sat down and wrote out a list. Actually, I'm going to go grab it. So here is my list. I'm not just saying that I did this and I actually didn't do it just to make a video. Here's the list of everything that I wrote down. So what I wanted us to focus on whenever we were trying to create our list, I want us to write down goals in general, just normal, regular goals, areas that we want to have self-discipline in, daily tasks that we want to make sure we get done. And that was basically all I wrote down, and then just kind of let my mind flow. So my list of things are business related, being a business owner. Obviously, that was one of my top priorities, because even whenever I was playing video games, work is still literally the number one thing that I think about pretty much all day long. No matter what I'm doing, I'm thinking about this gym, my baby, my people who work out here. That is it. You have no clue. And that's why I think it got so stressful, because I mean, I just love it. I just love this gym, love the people who are here. I love being able to help people and help. Sorry about that. Someone made a phone call because I forgot to turn on airplane mode. So if you make videos, make sure you turn on airplane mode. But I love the people who are here, and I love being able to help people. And I don't know a lot, but I know this. I know how to help people get results in the gym, and how to actually help people make it to something that they didn't think was possible through health and fitness. And I mean, that's what I'm good at. So that's obviously what I think about all the time, and I just enjoy doing it. I enjoy that. That's why I got into this. I got into this because me personally, I love seeing results myself, like the big muscles and all that stuff. That's me personally. Up here mentally, it's like I just love seeing the results and the change. What I realized from the help of my buddy Braxton Gilbert, he kind of got me into the field. But what I realized was whenever I started training people, I enjoyed seeing them get results more than I enjoyed seeing myself get results. Like, it's so much more pleasing to me to see someone else do good and actually get something that they were wanting and didn't think was possible, and just being able to be a part of it. And I was just like, this is awesome. So that's why I do this now. But back to this. What I wrote down was a lot of goal-oriented stuff as far as business goes. A big thing for me is I want to help as many people as possible reach their goal. So a dream of mine has always been I want to have 100 clients, 100 people all at one time, and we're working together. There is no significance to this number at all. Like 100, literally I pulled it off the top of my head. The only reason I say 100 is because what that will mean is if we're able to get to 100 people, I've been able to create something that allows people to come in large quantities, so up to 100 people, and we've been able to create systems that work. People are still getting results. It works, and they're able to come in, work, enjoy themselves, and we're doing this, and we're being able to reach more than just 10 people at a time or whatever the number is, okay? So 100 people for me, that is a lot of people, and if I've created something that's able to sustain that many people, it's amazing, and I think that would just be really awesome. So that's my first one that I wrote down here. The other one is to work out 5 days a week. This is personal for me, because like I said, I wasn't doing anything. I was hanging out at the house. So making myself go back into the gym and kind of relearning to enjoy working out, because I've kind of fallen off of that, and it's just been like, it was a chore to go to the gym and work out. So whenever people come to me and they're like, it's just not really enjoyable. Just because I'm a trainer doesn't mean that I love to work out. It's a personality thing. Like, I understand where you're coming from, especially whenever I say that to people. They're like, no, you don't, you're a trainer. I am a trainer, that is my job title, but I'm also a human being, and I understand, like, this stuff hurts. Okay, but it's supposed to if you want to get results. So I understand where you're coming from. So that was one of mine. I want to be able to work out 5 days a week again. Waking up at 4 a.m. on weekdays. Now, this is a self-discipline one right here. The reason I put this down here is because whenever I was waking up early in the past, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., anything like that, when I was waking up early, and I was getting some of these things knocked off my list early in the morning, I was more productive those days. If I wake up at 8 a.m., I have less time during the day to get stuff done that I want to. If I wake up at 4 a.m., I get almost everything done on my list of to-dos in a day if I wake up 4 a.m. before most people even wake up out of bed. And then I have all day to fill with other stuff that I need to do. Like, it's so crazy. I will work super, super hard in the morning and get all of my stuff done on the days I work at 4 a.m. and have the rest of the day to fill it with other stuff. If I wake up at 8 a.m., it takes me literally all day to get everything done that I need to. And it's not even because I don't have enough time. It's just because I feel lazy whenever I wake up that late and I just don't do anything. So for me, waking up early is going to be a must on this one. I've been sticking with it pretty good for the past few days, getting back into the hang of it now. But that is something for me that I just feel personally it works for me, and that's something that I enjoy doing and want to focus on that more. Another one is cooking meals at home instead of eating out every day, because I want to kind of help out with this coronavirus thing and do my part. So going to restaurants and grabbing food and stuff like that, even though it is takeout and it's still safer, I would prefer to be able to stay home like we're supposed to be doing, because I want to open the gym as fast as we can. So I'm doing my part to make sure that we stay healthy. If I can keep myself out of it and I had nothing to do with any of this coronavirus stuff, perfect, okay? Also, I think it's healthier. And I know it is healthier if we can do it this way, because I'm more mindful of the foods that I'm eating. I'm not just saying, hey, I want a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, which is what I've been doing a lot of, because it's literally right down the road. So not that I have anything against Chick-fil-A, it's just that I think this is going to help me out more, and we're going to be able to be a little bit more healthy and a little bit more mindful with my food. One thing I want to say about the workout thing is I'm getting back into really enjoying working out again, and it's because I've changed how I look at working out, you know. Used to, I would be like, okay, got legs today, and then we got chest. The next day, shoulders, arms, back, like breaking it down like that. And I had done that since I started working out. Never changed it, ever. Never. It was body part based. That's it. So for the past week, I've been setting up my workouts as upper body. So full upper body, a little bit of everything. Functional day. Being honest with you, I've only worked out twice this week, but I've only been on the program for 2 days. But so far, that's what I've done. Literally, I won't plan anything out. I'll come in here. I know I have to work out. I'll sit down. I'll write out my workout based on what I feel like I want to do for the day. And it's been a lot more enjoyable for me. So that's what I've been doing with the workouts. So there's that. Next thing on the list, I want to read one book a week. This one for me is going to be difficult. I don't love reading. I would much rather listen to an audiobook, and some people will say, that's the same as reading. You get the same information, but it is not the same. It is not the same. When you read it, it takes more time for you to actually get the words and understand, at least for me. Whenever I read something, I actually read it, and same thing for writing. If I write it down, I remember it way longer. So if I read it and I'm able to read it and actually see the words on the page, it goes into my memory a lot more. So that's a priority I want to make, because I want to be able to get this done. And this is just a goal I've had. I want to be able to read one book a week. So that's the next one on the list. After that, another thing for work, because it always comes back to work. I want to make phone calls for work. That's something big that I really wanted to focus on for a while. I listen a lot to Grant Cardone. If you don't know him and you're interested in anything business related, I highly recommend Grant Cardone just because he's very successful at the business side of stuff. Also, I just like him as a person. So my recommendation to you, if you're a business person, check him out. If you like him, awesome. If you don't, I tried. Okay. But he's great. He's got a lot of information. But one thing he does talk about a lot is using the phones. And I've listened to him for literally ever since I started working out, ever since I started the gym business and doing personal training and stuff like that. Grant Cardone has been a kind of a staple in this thing. So, but he always talks about that because he has a sales background, phone calls, door to door, all of that stuff. And he talks about phone calls, and only time I really get on the phone for sales, or that's it. The only time I really get on the phone for work is to do sales or to schedule appointments and stuff like that. I don't really ever use the phone to actually reach out to new people or to past people and stuff like that. I send text messages, emails, and stuff like that. But I would really like to get more involved with the phone and kind of work on a new craft. That's honestly the main thing. It's something new to work on for me. I want to get good at using the phone and being comfortable to be able to just call people on the go and just talk to people honestly and get in touch with more people through the phone that way. So that's just a skill that I want to work on while we have this free time. We got another announcement today that the gym is still not going to be able to be open at the time. So we're hoping that we're going to be able to open up on Friday, but not going to happen. So we got to work with what we got, and it just gives us more time to work on other stuff. So those are the goals and the things that I wrote down on here. And then what I did from there is I broke it down into, okay, based on these things that I want to get done, what are the things that I have to do every day to make this happen? So what I did was obviously the 4 a.m. one, that's first on the list. Wake up 4 a.m. on the weekdays, kind of get in the routine of doing that. That way I can be productive in the morning, get the stuff done that I need to, and have the rest of the day to fill with other stuff that I want to get done, okay? After that, reading for 30 minutes a day. I've broken it down that way because reading for 30 minutes a day, I think that's doable to complete books as long as they're not huge because I'm not a very fast reader. So, but 30 minutes a day, I think that'll be good for me there. And I'm still listening to audiobooks and stuff in the car when I drive, but I'm not counting that as reading. I'm sitting down, putting my phone down, putting a timer on the phone, and reading, not looking at anything, take my watch off so I don't get notifications or anything like that, doing that. Working out 5 days a week, obviously you got to have 5 days in there. Trying to get all of them in weekdays. If I need a rest day, I'm just going to take a rest day. So there's that. And then making phone calls daily. I want to make 10 phone calls a day, and I want to make sure that the only reason I set 10 is just because I think that's a doable number for me. There is nothing magical about 10 as the starting number. So I just picked a number, and so far it's been good. I've sat down, wrote down a list of people who I want to call and been calling on people, so it's worked out really well. But that's what I've done, and that helped me so much because literally I was at that point where I was just like, honestly, I feel like there's so much I need to do, and I don't know what to start with. So, sat down, wrote out stuff I want to get done, broke it down into, okay, in order to do these things, here's what you need to do every day. And it works out well. And I've had to do this before in the past too, so I figured, I've done this a few times in my life now as far as I've had this issue and this is what's fixed it. So I figured if it works for me, maybe it'll help somebody else. So that's just filling you in on what's going on. This is another day in the life of being a gym owner, personal training business owner. There's a lot of other stuff that's been happening, but I want to use this time to talk about that specifically because obviously that's what's taking up my mind right now. So there you go. There's the video. I hope it helps and you're able to use this. If it helps you, please leave a thumbs up and I would greatly appreciate it. All right. Have a great rest of your day.